So this is Valkyrie. It's a humanoid robot that's built by NASA, and it's a collaboration between the University of Edinburgh and the Johnson Space Center in Houston.
So I feel I'm kind of in awe of this piece of equipment. It's absolutely incredible. You can see the camera, you can hear it. I presume that's just fans cooling it all down.
Yep, it's got 44 joints or 44 motors driving it, so it's a pretty complex piece of equipment, and the fans are just trying to keep it cool. This is a pretty expensive piece of kit. I think you have to win the lottery to get one of those at home. It's $2.5 million worth of kit.
$2.5 million worth of kit. I don't think I've ever stood next to anything so expensive in my life. I think we've looked at it enough, but it's pretty impressive when it's moving. Can we see it in action?
Absolutely, let's go for it.
It doesn't walk particularly fast. Is that the way it's going to be?
Yeah, so in terms of the sort of hardware capabilities, it can walk twice as fast, but we don't want it to trip and fall on the ground.
No, you don't want it to be staying still. But as we said, balance, is that an issue for it? Because it does look, is it top heavy? I mean...
So as you can see here, this is slack. So yes. At the moment, it's balancing on its own. What I'm going to do is try and give it a little shake.
Okay.
And you can see,
oh yeah,
it's reacting very fast.
It corrects its own balance.
And controlling. So you can try it.
Yeah.
And give it
a wee shake here.
Yeah. And you can see it's reacting very quickly. It's a control algorithm which is reacting at about 1,000 hertz. So, and the moment it feels if it's going to fall forward or backward, it's trying to adjust the rest of the body to make sure it's still balanced.
So it's like if someone moves you, I suppose, you do make other adjustments.
Absolutely. So this is the sensing system on the head of the Valkyrie, and it's got 2 stereo cameras, and more interestingly, it's got a LiDAR, a spinning laser, which is basically looking at what is called a depth information, flight. So essentially figuring out every point, sending out some information and figuring out the depth. And from that, it can build what we call a point cloud information of the world around you. Okay. And soon you will see that it would have built a map of the stuff, so you can actually get some ideas of the people that's surrounding the robot based on this kind of point cloud information that it's building in real time.
I need to ask one final question.
Sure.
When will this actually be in use? When are we going to see this up in space and the International Space Station, things like that?
So there is already a version of the Robonaut, which is just the upper torso, already on the ISS. Don't quote me on this, but it's about 2028 is when potentially the earliest that something like this could go to Mars.
So in just over a decade, hopefully, fingers crossed, we will see things like Valkyrie going up to Mars.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Today I've come to the Edinburgh Centre for Robotics to find out about some groundbreaking research and the man behind it all, and apparently I'm going to be part of this groundbreaking research. So I'm wearing a rather unusual outfit today. Setu, tell us first of all what this is.
Yeah, so you're wearing a state-of-the-art exoskeleton. So an exoskeleton is a robot that you wear, and it's designed to augment your powers. You're wearing a little backpack, and that has got all the control electronics in there, and it has got 2 motors that can apply forces to your thighs. The whole idea is that you can basically use it to augment your walk. So for example, if you're walking on a slope, if I apply the right amount of force at the right time, you will feel as if you're walking on flat ground.
I should be nervous looking at the amount of kit that I've got here and the fact that I'm hooked onto this rig in case something happens, and I have an emergency stop button in case the suit does things I don't want it to do. Apart from that, I'm fine though. Does that tell you how many calories you burned as well? Seto, I've just come off the treadmill. It was,
Well done.
thank you. It was a little bit of a workout. But tell me how what I've done up there can relate to something like this NASA robot.
So while you were walking on the treadmill, what we've been doing is we've been collecting data, both of the kinematics, which means the joint angles of your legs while you were walking, as well as the forces that you were applying on the ground while you were walking. So not just that, we also collected data while you were recovering from stumble. So when we stopped you suddenly or changed the speed, you had some built-in body algorithm that would change the pose of your body as well as the forces in the center of mass you'll sort of generate to do stumble recovery. So that's very valuable data for us because basically understanding the algorithms that humans use to do this kind of robust control, walking on uneven terrain, doing stumble recovery, prevention of fall, that can exactly be applied to real-time control of humanoid robots on two legs.
So there we have it. Technology from this suit that I'm wearing will go on to help develop an amazing robot like this.